There is a memory somewhere in your mind that you have never fully let go of. You know exactly which one. It happened years ago, maybe decades, and right now, without any warning, it is back. The heat in your face, the specific people who were there, the exact words that were said or not said, the moment you wished the floor would open. You remember it more clearly than what you did last Tuesday. Here is the part nobody tells you. The people who carry memories like this the longest, the ones for whom a single moment of humiliation can surface 30 years later as sharp as the day it happened, are not weaker than everyone else. They are built differently. And the same thing that makes the memory stick is also the thing that makes them more perceptive, more empathetic, and more attuned to other people than almost anyone around them. But first, why does the memory stay at all? Because your brain treated it as a survival threat. This is the reframe that changes everything. Humiliation is not processed by your brain the way ordinary bad experiences are. When something painful happens, you stub your toe, you miss a deadline, you have a bad day, the brain evaluates it, files it, and moves on. The memory softens over time. The edges blur. Humiliation does not soften. When you are publicly shamed, rejected, or made to feel small in front of other people, the amygdala, your brain's threat detection system, fires with the same urgency it gives to physical danger. Not similar urgency, the same urgency. Because for hundreds of thousands of years of human evolution, being excluded or publicly rejected by your social group was not just uncomfortable, it was potentially fatal. No group meant no food, no shelter, no protection from predators. Your brain never got the update that the stakes are lower now. So it encoded that memory the same way it would encode the memory of almost being hit by a car. Vividly, completely, with emotional tags that make it retrievable decades later, whether you want it or not. That is why you remember your worst humiliation more clearly than your best birthday. Now here is where it gets specific. Because not everyone carries these memories with the same weight. And psychology research has identified exactly what separates the people who cannot let go from the people who can. The first thing is high social sensitivity. People who never forget humiliation are not more fragile. They are more perceptive. They read rooms faster than other people. They notice the micro-expression that flickers across someone's face before the polite mask comes back up. They feel the shift in energy in a group before anyone has said a word. This is not anxiety. This is a finely tuned social radar that most people simply do not have. And that same radar that picks up everything around them also records their own social failures in high definition, catching every detail, every witness, every second of the moment they most want to forget. The second thing is a strong sense of who they are. People who carry humiliation longest have a powerful internal narrative, a clear, specific sense of the person they are and how they move through the world. When humiliation happens to them, it does not just feel bad. It feels like a rupture. Like the version of themselves they have carefully built was publicly taken apart. The stronger the sense of self, the more devastating it is when that self is attacked in public. The third thing is the one that explains the rumination, the memory that keeps coming back, the replay at 2 in the morning. It is not weakness, it is shame. And shame is completely different from guilt. Guilt says, I did something bad. Shame says, I am something bad. Guilt can be resolved. You apologize, you make amends, you do better, you move on. Shame has no exit like that because it is not attached to an action. It is attached to identity. And your brain keeps returning to the memory not because it is broken, but because it is still trying to solve a problem it cannot solve. Every replay is the brain looking for the moment where things could have gone differently, the word that could have saved it, the response that could have landed better. Every replay makes the memory stronger. The neural pathway deepens. The memory becomes more automatic, more intrusive. The brain is trying to protect you from future humiliation by making sure you never forget this one. But here is what the research found that almost nobody talks about. The people who score highest on all of these traits, the social sensitivity, the strong self-narrative, the tendency toward shame rather than guilt, the memories that never fully fade. These same people score highest on measures of empathy, moral seriousness, and genuine human connection. The person who feels their own humiliation most deeply is almost always the person who feels other people's pain most accurately. The wound and the gift are not separate things. They are the same thing, pointing in two different directions. The same radar that recorded your worst moment in perfect detail is the radar that makes you genuinely attuned to the people around you in a way that most people never are. The memory that surfaces in your kitchen at 11 o'clock at night, uninvited, specific, still sharp after all these years, is not evidence that something is wrong with you. It is evidence of how seriously you take your place among other people, how deeply it matters to you to be seen and treated with dignity. That is not a flaw. That is what it costs to care this much. And most people are not built to pay that price. You are.